Hello everyone! So today we will present our data collection and observation result in QR and QDA assignment. But first, let me introduce me and my friends. So my name is Maulidya Namira, and this is Ayu Hamasnurdiah Atjil, Firda Amelia, and Regina Lilita Bulan. We are from Class A 2017. Okay, so I will explain a little bit about our data collection and observation. So the theme or the phenomenon that we observe is a member interaction. The participants are members, 4%, of a group in Class A 2017. All of the members are women with age range from 20 until 21 years old. The observation duration is 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 30 seconds. We are using Skype video call to do our discussion. And this is the names: Maulidya Namira, me, as a participant observer, Regina Lilita Bulan as an interviewer, and Ayu Hamasnurdiah Atjil and Firda Amelia as our interviewees. So we move on to the conversations analysis. The analysis in this assignment is inspired by and uses elements of conversation analysis by Silverman in 2006, Potter in 1996, and Gupta et al. In 2004, which used in previous study by Kronche, Curtis, Crespinje, and Delmar in 1970 to analyze the group interaction. Conversation analysis offers a range of tools for analyzing interactions between participants in a group. In this analysis, we will use analytical tools from the conversation analysis. So the first one is agency pairs. Agency pairs bind a conversation together and are thus considered as a normative relation, for example, like questions and answers. And then in here, in agency pairs, there's also a preference organization. This means that to a particular utterance, there is a preferred response, like acceptance or agreement, or a dispreferred response, such as rejection and disagreement. And behind the agency pairs in this preferred organization, there is an account. So an account concerns the justification behind the decision, opinions, and action that participants express in the focus group. And then the last one is repair. Repair is often used in a focus group interaction and is concerned with how participants repair their own and more delicately others' thought.
Hello, my name is Regina Lilita Bulan. In this part is about our analysis result. I will explain about our analysis result in a series of events that occurred in the focus group interactions. There are a series of events that occurred in the focus group interactions. The first is negotiating. It means a process where two or more parties with different needs and goals discuss an issue to find a mutually acceptable solutions. Number 2, disagreement. It means an agreement or a situation in which people do not have the same opinions. And then third is homogeneity. It means the quality or state of being all the same or all the same kind. And the last is about dead end. It means a situation that has no life of making progress. Negotiation and construction in normality. In these sections, I will explain about normality in negotiation and constructing interaction that occurs in the online discussion and also the combinations of interview data to complete the data collection in this study. From the conversation above, we can see that there is a negotiation going on between groups. Negotiations is a situation where one person has a counter or a different opinion and tries to negotiate so that his or her opinions can be accepted. So, at the beginning of the conversations, Maulidya asks about the lesson materials during high schools, whether the language of English subjects in specializations were more focused or not compared to moderate one. At the moment, Ayu replied with a disparate response by adding an account of her experience when she was in high school. Therefore, from the negotiation tried by Ayu was success. She was able to convince the other participant about her statements by account her own experience. So, we move to the another explanations. One of the supporting example for the negotiation linking the statements of opinion above is we can see from the transcripts dialogue text interview. Right. The conclusions taken from Firda. When she get interviewed, she said when the another member have a different opinion in the groups, she do not be denied because she think a different opinion could vary. So take reminds for the opinion and will answer later. This is true when they have a discussing in the group because where are you negotiate with the other members, they give a room and listening to the account given by Ayu. After which, they took the middle way to finish the negotiations. So, that's how they negotiated in the groups, where when negotiations occurs, it to convince opinions with supports using an account that can be refined by other groups members.
Okay, so I will explain about disagreement and or consensus. So basically, disagreement is an argument or in a situation in which people do not have the same opinion. And the relation with the consensus is that disagreement in which happen in conversation or discussion is became as one of the factors in creating a consensus. With disagreement, people can think carefully for the decision making until they made a consensus. And then in this extract, we can see that there's a dialogue between the participants, that this is the example of disagreement that happened between the participants. In here, all the participants gave a spontaneous disagreement on Regina's question. She was asking if will still they do the real teaching or teaching in the class when the pandemic quarantine is over. The other participant then quickly respond her by rejecting her question. Ayu answered as, I don't know, because she never thought about them, and it is the same with the other two participants. Maulidya then quickly rejected Regina's question as saying, no need to discuss it now, because most likely she doesn't want to discuss as the question doesn't have any clear answer yet, so she probably wants to get rid of the topic as fast as possible to continue the previous discussion. Hearing this, Firda then agrees with Maulidya and continue to account the Maulidya's statement about why did she responded in that way, by saying because the time period is not determined yet. Then Maulidya and Ayu agrees on Firda's account by saying yes and right away. Regina's response at the end indicates that she finally agreed to the others to not continue the topic because she got a lot of disparate response by other participants and she also has no other reasons to keep the topic. And then this is the interview that supports the observation analysis. The way Firda responds Regina's question by account the Maulidya statement is supported in her interview answer. The interviewer asked Firda about her opinion in controlling the group discussion to keep it from getting out of discussion context. Firda answered that she believes the group discussion is need to be kept in line and stay focused on the particular topic. She continues that it is needed to have someone who is firm enough to tell the others to stay focused if there are someone who is getting out of context. This answer of her supports her action, that is agreeing with Maulidya and account her statement, as she thought Maulidya as as someone who is firm enough to turn in the out of context topic and get back to the previous discussion.
My name is Firda Amelia. In this part, I will explain about homogeneity and how it can affect the discussion flow. Already explanation before, homogeneity can also mean that something is the same throughout, or the quality of being similar or comparable in kind or nature. Like a homogeneity response in discussion because all of participants were born in the same era, same age, and the same class or classmate. Okay, I will show you the example of conversation with the homogeneity happened. This example of homogeneity between participants in discussion group, in here they have the same age and in one era at the time class or classmate. So when Maulidya asks about her assignment on the previous courses they had learned, and hearing this, Ayu saying those on in at, and Maulidya agree by saying yes. Then Maulidya show something to remind us and saying this. Firda and Ayu agree on Maulidya account by saying some moving things and fill in the blank. So, homogeneity is an important factor in our discussion. Okay, next, the best on explanation before, age and gender equality are very influential in a discussion. However, based on the result of interview, the situation and the person maturity are also very important. Like Firda answered to Regina's question. As you can see, the interview asks Firda about her opinion in the same age or gender. Could make Firda more comfortable in doing a discussion. And Firda answered that her opinion is the older person could also play a role in the discussion instead of focus to discussion, not just younger one. So it goes back to the person again because the nature of a people is different regardless of their age. So homogeneity is needed playing an important role in the discussion in a positive way. But other factors such as situation and person maturity also can turn the discussion into unwanted discussion.
Okay, my name is Ayu Hamasnurdiah Atjil and I would like to present my material about that and conversation. That and conversation means a situation that has no hope of making progress conversation based on Cambridge Dictionary or someone who is not replying the utterance and changing the other topic of the normative relationship between the adjacency pairs. So this is the conversation example when that and happened. This extract illustrated as an example of that and conversation between the participants. In here, all of the participants was not aware about Ayu's statement as a joke that makes everyone become silent. This awkward situation made the conversation a dead end. She was asking that her family doesn't want her friend to come back home again. Only Regina replied Ayu with yes as an adjacency pairs, which is an agreement of Ayu's statement. Then Ayu replied with ha, kick out. And then after Ayu answered this, all of the participants became silent a while because they awkward. Maulidya respond Ayu with repair the conversation of discussion. with the lesson plan, allocation, time to distract the others. Maulidya asks, here 5 minutes, 15 minutes, what? Why 25 minutes? Then Ayu respond her with, what is that? Explanation? So, the response that Ayu received from all of the participants illustrates how the dead end happened in group discussion and how an adjacency pairs such as agreement, disagreement used in group discussion. For instance, the preferred response that Regina used for Ayu's statement, but after that, Ayu jokes makes all of participants confused and silence. And Maulidya trying to repair the discussion using a distraction to go back to the material that they are discussing before. Okay, for the next slide. In the interview with Firda and Ayu, both of them has said one factor that can affect the dead end in terms of online discussion group. The interviewer asked Firda and Ayu about their opinion in having an online discussion. Firda answered the common risk of the online discussion is the network. She believes the common risk of online discussion is the network stability. Ayu then added, when the network is unstable, it became as one of the factors that interrupt the discussion, such as inaudible audio and blurred videos, which can cause the dead end in the discussion. Conversation could not be continued if all of the participants doesn't have good connection to make communicate. So, as previously explained, the dead end conversation is not just a conversation pause, but also some of factors that can be affected in this. Thank you, that's all from me.
Okay, this is the end of our presentation. Thank you very much for your attention, and we are terribly sorry for all the mistakes that we did. Goodbye. Have a good day.